Hi and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Jessica Nicole and I am a self-published author of YA fantasy romance novels, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you what I've been doing over the past couple days. So, way back at the beginning of summer, I started writing down all my story ideas on Notion because I have over 150 story ideas currently, and some of them, the titles are a little similar, or maybe a couple plot points are similar. Maybe the storyline or the characters are a little similar, and they're starting to kind of get mixed up in my head. So I thought that this would be a good way to just keep everything straight, and I just started logging them into Notion. Well, when I got to about 50 or so, I stopped. And just recently, I've got this kick of motivation to keep going and to actually finish this. As you can see with some of them, I've included links to what inspired me to write them in the first place. But yeah, I'm just going to basically log the rest of my story ideas in here today. And I thought I'd share that with you guys and talk a little bit about a couple of these as I go, just update you as my progress goes. As you can see, I am on idea number 121, so that's where we're starting today, and we should end off at about 158. Okay, so how I am pacing myself and how I was able to do 50 of them yesterday and not get burnt out is I am doing 5 an hour and then taking a break. So as you can see, I got from 121 to 125, and I'm just writing like a little short synopsis to kind of tell me what the story's about. And these are the 5 I'm going to be working on in the next hour, which I did these at 10, so I'll start these like when it's 11. But I figure what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop like after every group, and I'm going to pick one and kind of talk to you about it. So Bloodlines is going to be my vampire story. I think every like sci-fi or fantasy writer needs a vampire story. So this one's mine. It's going to be set sort of during a plague. I was inspired by like the actual myth of the modern day vampire, where it came from. There's a TED Ed video that I'm going to link at the end of the synopsis. But she is a vampire huntress, my main character. But when a vampire's something, I don't know, a vampire's going to come take revenge on her for, I guess, something that she did to one of their family members. And they're going to bite her brother. They're going to try to kill her brother, but they only bit her brother, so her brother's going to transform into a vampire in 7 days, so she's got to figure out how to cure him. So it's called Bloodlines because vampires and blood, but also because there are these different families of vampire hunters that basically compete with each other for, money and prestige, just like a post-dystopian plague type of society. And so one of the guys from one of these rival families is gonna help her unexpectedly, and that's where the romance comes in. So yeah, that's gonna be Bloodlines. Okay, so I am here with the next 5, and these came pretty easily to me. They only took me 12 minutes to write down, and let's just go over, let me pick one. We'll do Beautiful Daydreamer since that's the first one I did. So Sleeping Beauty was always my least favorite Disney princess because I just felt like she was like really boring as a protagonist. But when you look at the actual original fairy tale, it's really interesting. So I wanted to do a Sleeping Beauty retelling. Basically, my main character is a girl who's always had the ability to kind of travel while she dreams. She has this sort of imaginary world that she goes to when she dreams, and whatever she imagines is what that world is, dreams or nightmares. But basically what's been going on lately is that the dream world hasn't just been appearing while she sleeps. Like, it's been coming into the real world, and the border between her dream world and her actual life is growing thin, and her imaginary world and creatures is getting more powerful. So the whole story is like her struggling to get that under control. So that's Beautiful Daydreamer. It's my version of a Sleeping Beauty retelling. Okay, so I don't know where I was the last time, which section I was in the last time I vlogged, but I am down to number 41 now. One thing I am noticing as I am actually like putting these ideas into words and trying to summarize them is that a lot of them can kind of be mushed into one. Like I had 3 ideas a while ago that I put into this one here, Grounded. And so I don't know how many I will end up with. I know that my goal is 150. So that is my goal. Don't know if I will hit my goal, but if not, that's kind of, I'm okay with that because that means that I can just, I have room to be inspired later. But yeah, let me tell you about Breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs is my Hansel and Gretel retelling. As you can see, I didn't know how to spell his name, so let me fix that. Notion's like correct thing. You have to make sure the word is highlighted blue. But as you can see, I didn't know how to spell his name, so here we go. Fixed it. Okay. It's my Hansel and Gretel retelling. And basically what happens is sort of similar to, I'm not going to call them Hansel and Gretel though. I'm going to call them something else. But basically similar to the original fairy tale. I'm going to have it where they were orphaned young, and so they're naive and scared, and so they're taken in by a kind old woman who turns out not to be so kind, and she basically has them sort of under a spell, I guess, like binding them to her so that she can use them to do, you know, what she wants, and she has them like committing horrible crimes and things like that. And yeah, my Hansel character is going to sort of defy her, and he was punished for it. I don't know if I'm actually going to have him be dead or not. Now that I'm thinking about it, probably not. But my Gretel character is basically just kind of biding her time, trying to figure out a way to break the spell and, you know, avenge her brother. So that's Breadcrumbs. And I'm gonna go on to my 141st story idea. Okay, so I kind of just got in the zone and I just went through the rest of my stories and just went to town. I still have to do 4 of these still, but I ended up with 144 as my final number. I want 150 and I'm gonna get 150, but that just means I have 6 spaces left open to be creative that I can fill in, you know, at a later time. But I'm gonna fill in these last 4 and that's gonna be it. But I'm gonna fill in these last 4 and that's gonna be it. I don't know what I was gonna say, but for the last one of just highlighting a story idea out of the bunch, I'm gonna do number 140 here. It's a nice even number. Running Red. This is a retelling of the fairy tale The Red Shoes. In that fairy tale, there's a girl and she gets a pair of red shoes and she almost dances herself to death. I think she does dance herself to death. But it's just a cautionary tale about not being greedy, I think, is the moral of the story. But in my retelling, Running Red, basically there's a girl who goes to a thrift store and she buys a pair of red sneakers. When she wears the red sneakers, she kind of is flashing in and out of her life and the life of the girl who owned those sneakers before, and she's going to solve her murder. She's kind of, the ghost of this girl is kind of plaguing her so that she can solve her murder, and that's the only way she's gonna, you know, put the ghost at peace and find peace herself. So that's gonna be Running Red. I'm gonna do Fool's Gold, House of Glass, and the other two I had to do still, The Inheritance and City of Masks. And then that's gonna be it. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me. Don't forget to like this video, comment what you want to see in the future, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.